Okay guys, listen to me, listen up. I've just got off some calls this morning. I've got a few more calls to go today with some mentoring clients, but this conversation keeps happening and I need you guys to be aware of this, okay? We are living right now, 2019, in one of the greatest times to ever be alive. Right now is the easiest time it's ever been for you to make money, lots of money as a fitness professional. Lots of money. Now is the easiest time, and I challenge any of you to step up and argue with that, okay? If you are not making 5, 6, 10, 20,000 pounds a month consistently as a fitness professional, it's simply your fault because it's the easiest time in history. Again, if it's not happening for you, you either don't know what to do, which if you're in this group is pretty bullshit, or more likely you're just not doing it and you're just saying you are. But look guys, the biggest regret of my career, right? I'll share with you guys the biggest regret, and it's not so much, it's more of a micro regret. I don't really regret anything because I think everything plays out how it's supposed to. But if there was one thing I could go back and change about my fitness business career, it would be this. Back in 2012, when I started using Facebook ads, back then, in 2012, it cost me 20 pence to get a lead. That's to get a full application form. A fully qualified person filled out an application form, begging me to call them, begging me to take their money for a 30-day, 6-week drop a dress size program, whatever it was. 20 pence is what it cost me. And I was able to essentially pretty much buy a 6-figure income by dropping £800 on advertising back in 2012. I was able to double up my studio size literally in 2 weeks. I probably did, I don't know how long it was, it escapes me, but probably 6 to 12 months of grinding and hustling and organic methods before that, because I hadn't gotten onto Facebook ads yet, and I did all the stuff that I still do today, right, outside of Facebook ads, connecting with local businesses, getting in the local media, holding speaking events, collaborations, charity fundraisers. I did all that before Facebook ads, right? And it took me probably 12 months of doing that, working my face off every day to get the first, 60, 70 clients at my studio. Then I implemented Facebook ads and I doubled that number of clients in 7 days, right? Now, the difference is now, since then, a lot of you guys, probably most of you guys here, have probably became self-employed or became a business owner in the last 7 or 8 years after that 2012 period. And so all you've ever known is a booming economy. All you've ever known is that, oh, we just do Facebook ads, right? And we get super cheap leads. Whenever I need leads, I just go to Facebook and pay some money. That's all you've ever known. I built my fitness studio before those Facebook ads were really there, right? So I don't take it for granted, and I also don't rely on the Facebook ads. I still to this day do all the other methods, and my business partners do the same thing, and we teach our clients to do the same thing. But here's the thing, guys. Back then, my biggest regret is when I was paying 20 pence for a lead on Facebook, and I filled up my studio, and then I stopped the advert, right? So think about this, right? Because this is what I was doing. I was paying probably about £1 to get a client. £1 a client sale, right? That was to get a front-end client through the door. And then maybe if half of those people became a back-end client for 6 to 12 months, we're talking about probably, £2 to £4 to get a client who pays me at least £500 back over a year. So think about that. I'm putting up to £5 in and getting 500 times back, literally 100x return on my money. And what did I do when I got full? I stopped the advert. I said, I'm going to stop paying £5 and making £500 back, which is the stupidest thing in the world. But why did I stop? Because to me, that was the easier alternative than to keep it going. I would have to, rent a bigger studio, expand and put more money down, hire a trainer, right? Hire more salespeople, right? So the thing is, it was the perceived risk of scaling to a bigger location or hiring new people was more threatening to me, and it felt easier to just turn off the ads and be comfortable with what I've got now, right? And that's what I did. So back then, 2012, I didn't understand the same things about business, about scaling, hiring, operations, finances, anything like that. So the biggest money, and I've done pretty well till today, and I'm still going. But if there's one thing I would change, if I look back at that time, if I look back at me in 2012, and I was talking to myself, or I was mentoring myself, and the 2012 version of me said, I've stopped the adverts, because we're out of space, my response would be, then get a bigger fucking space right now. Oh, but that costs, more setup costs than what I have. Then get the fucking money. Oh, but I need to hire a new coach and I don't know how to do it. We'll learn how to fucking do it. Oh, but I can't trust anyone. We'll start trusting someone. Because what I was doing is essentially was turning my back on and spitting in the face of the biggest wealth opportunity I have in my generation. If I had done those things, if I had known what I know now, what I teach my mentoring students now, the information and wisdom I download to my clients now, today, if I had that back then, who knows where I'd be right now. If I had gone all in 2012, if I could have thought like an investor like I do today and thought, hey, this isn't, back then I looked at my perspective, I was looking at from one side, my perspective was I'm running ads because I want clients so I can make a solid 6K a month, but I've only got this many client spots to fill. That was my perspective. So when those spots filled up, I stopped the advertising. Now my perspective, when I look at it from this side, as an investor, my perspective was, wow, I'm paying £5, I'm putting £5 into a machine, and it gives me £500 back. So when's a good time to stop doing that? How about never in a million years, right? So if I had continued doing that, if I had gone all in 2012 and didn't pause my advert, but instead I begged, borrowed, or stole as many £5 notes as I could find, and I simultaneously expanded my operations, found a bigger location, found the trainers to work with, so I could keep facilitating these clients coming in, and I didn't have to stop bringing them in, I probably could have made multi-seven figures 5 years ago. That simple, guys, that simple, right? And that was the very start. 2012, when the Facebook ads boomed, was the very start of this wealth opportunity. And today in 2019, you still have it. So today, we pay something between £2 and £3 for that same lead, which is still, it's a 10x difference, right? From 20 pence to £2 a lead is 10 times more expensive. So back in 2012, I was getting 10 times the return I'm getting today. But we're still doing it because relatively, £2 a lead or paying, £15 a sale to make a £500 return is still awesome. And even better today, what I've done to offset my losses, what I've done to offset my loss of paying 10 times more for a lead is we have figured out new ways to make more money per client. So yes, I pay more cost to get the sale, £15, £20 instead of £5. But we have found ways now to make more money back in our return by figuring out ways to make clients stay for longer, how to get more referrals, how to bring in upsell products, and so on and so on. So the lifetime value goes up. That's how I've been able to offset my losses. And that's the thing, guys. This is a perspective. I see this as a loss. That's the thing, guys. I see going from 20 pence a lead to £2 a lead, and my cost per sale rising. That's a loss that I have to offset because I had it good back in the day and I didn't go all in. So today, you guys, you're not even seeing this as a game yet. You're just not even seeing the bigger picture, right? If you're putting if you put £20 in today to buy a customer or £10 a lead, and it costs you 20, 30, 40 pounds to buy a client who's going to pay you back £300-400 back over the lifetime. But that's the reality today. It's still a monumentally awesome reality. It's still an opportunity for you to collect as much wealth for you and your family, and you're not going to get an opportunity like this for the rest of this generation. Just imagine if you were someone in Dubai or the Arab Emirates, 40 years ago, and when it was just desert there, and someone said, you know what, you can buy this acre of desert for like $1,000. It's worth nothing. If you went back to try and buy that same acre of land in Dubai today, it would cost you $10 million. If you'd bought that acre of land for $1,000, you could have sold it for $1 million 5 years later. It's called pattern recognition. It's investment cycles. It's seeing opportunities that do arise. And the fact of the matter is, guys, you've been taught by copywriters and ads experts. You've been taught by people that, business is not about timing. It's not about being in the right place at the right time. But it is. It really is, guys, okay? And it's not all about that. You can, but the tactics and skills, the things you can do for yourself are things you do to minimize your losses or to overcompensate for not being at the right place at the right time. But if you understand macro trends, if you understand ecosystem, all the things I teach to clients in my program, and you understand the landscape of the business you're in on the outside of what's happening around you, and not focused on only, I'm a trainer and these are my clients and I've got to make a workout plan today. That's why you stay broke, guys. If you're so focused only on the inside of your business and you're not seeing the ecosystem that's around you, you're going to fail, you're going to lose. Because your business is affected by the ecosystem, right? It's like you're on a little fishing boat out at sea and you can't see there's a giant fucking tidal wave coming towards you. And you're thinking, well, as long as I just keep rolling my boat, everything's going to be fine. No, it isn't. You need to understand the ecosystem, and you can't control the waves. All you can do is learn how to ride the waves. You either ride that wave on top or you get crushed by it. Okay, and it's your choice. You have to start looking bigger. You have to start thinking bigger. Okay, Steve Jobs couldn't have built Apple unless he saw the ecosystem and saw where tech was going, or predicted to the best of his ability. Right, Starbucks the same. They saw the trend of coffee rising and jumped on it. They saw the wave, they caught the wave. Right, local coffee shops selling £1 or $1 coffees got crushed by the wave because they weren't looking outside. Right, same for you guys. Looking at the social media landscape right now, particularly paid advertising, is the ecosystem you need to be looking at. Okay, look at the stats, guys. Every single year, Facebook ad costs have gone up and up and up and up and up by at least 200 to 500%. And you can verify these numbers by going to Facebook's own CFO. So these are the things you need to watch out for, guys. Start taking advantage of this opportunity. Don't let it run you by anymore. Start investing in advertising. Get every penny you can spend over there and learn to scale your business properly so you can intake that money and collect more wealth for yourselves. All right, guys, drop your questions below and we'll continue this conversation a bit later on.